Lee County.
What's the word, YouTube? You know what it is. It's your boy Big Will. I'm back with another episode Life After Prison TV. Let's get into it. Hey, before we go any further, you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you're not a subscriber, become one. If you are, hit the like button. Hit the share. Hit the notification bell. Helps me out. You know where we're going. Hopefully up. That's the only place I plan to go. But here we go with another officer, a Lee County Sheriff's Department officer down in Texas. Had a call from one of his friends to stop a vehicle where they told him there was drugs in it. Now, it was all set up. This officer just went to help out his friends. Let's listen.
At 5, a Lee County deputy was fired and arrested alongside two others accused of helping plant drugs in someone's car.
Deputy Nico Irizarry is accused of helping these two, Charles Custodio and Scott Snyder, in a scheme to get a realtor arrested. NBC2's Claire Lavazorio is live at the sheriff's office tonight. Claire, this was a cross-country, pretty elaborate scheme.
That's right, Peter. Deputies had to travel all the way to Texas to arrest one of the men involved in this elaborate scheme. But let's take you here to Lee County with what we know. Nico Irizarry was a deputy here at the Lee County Sheriff's Office, and the sheriff said he had no problems with him in the time that he was here. But today, not only is he stripped of his title, he's also behind bars facing a felony charge for conspiracy. Now, the sheriff walked us through this elaborate crime, so bear with me as we explain how we got here today. On December 16th, Deputy Irizarry arrested someone for trafficking narcotics. That was during a traffic stop. But in January, the Internal Affairs Division received information that something was fishy about that arrest. So Sheriff Carmine Marcino started an investigation, and that investigation uncovered a conspiracy to plant drugs in a car and arrange a traffic stop once they were planted. The sheriff says the first suspect, named Charles Custodio, didn't like the driver who was originally arrested in that traffic stop. So he hired suspect number 2, whose name is Scott Snyder. Snyder posed as someone looking for homes to have an excuse to get inside the victim's car. Then the victim is a realtor, mind you, so that's how he was able to get in the car and plant the drugs. Once those drugs were planted, Custodio called the deputy to stop the victim's vehicle and find the hidden drugs. Deputy Irizarry also is accused of lying on that arrest report. And today, Lee County deputies are actually still in Texas, where they arrested Scott Snyder, one of the men involved in that scheme. Take a listen.
Nobody is above the law.
Thank you.
Nobody. And that includes our deputies.
Thank you,
it saddens me that I'm here, but I promise, as I always have, transparency, trust, and doing the right thing.
The sheriff saying today that he has fired former Deputy Irizarry. Now, I was able to get that former deputy's personnel file, which is hundreds and hundreds of pages of information related to his employment here at the sheriff's office. I'm going to dig through some of that, and we'll bring you the most important part of that file. You can count on NBC2 to bring you that as soon as we read through it. For now, I'm reporting live in Lee County. Claire Lavazorio, NBC2.
So a little side note, this happened last December 2022. And in March, the sheriff's deputy who was fired and arrested, Nico Irizarry, he got 365 days in jail. They gave him a year in jail with probation after that. And the sheriff says, oh, I never had problems with him. You know, you don't go from being a good cop for many years to all of a sudden just one day making a bad decision and here you are, right? It all starts early on in your career and you get away with something. And then you try something else and you get away with things. And then they realize what they can and what they can't get away with. Until one day, they go too friggin' far, right? And somebody had to know to tip off the Internal Affairs Office to what was going on. Right? Somebody had to hear how these two men, I had my buddy Scott pose as a buyer, plant some drugs, and then we had our friend Officer Nico pull the guy over and arrest him. So let's just put out there that, okay, so the charges will get dropped on this realtor, right? But the embarrassment of being arrested, you got to explain to people, and people are like, some people will be like, yeah, I don't believe that story. There was a guy that planted drugs in your car, and then the cop pulled you over, and blah, 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 right? These are things that really happen in life, right? But the problem is, like I said, he has people who he sells houses to. Now when they Google his name, this will come up. Side note that will be in his file is charges were dropped, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is this, it still puts a black mark on your career, on your life, right? You're still going to get bailed out. The money and the time that it took for this realtor to get bailed out, to go to jail, probably have his car towed. The embarrassment of people seeing him on the highway, if somebody knew him. Then the talk goes around, oh, he was a drug dealer, he was transporting drugs. You know, people don't take into account when they're doing something that malicious, when it's not true, when it's not real, how they're going to affect someone's life. All because of what? You don't like somebody. Did you try to be a realtor and you couldn't, so you figured to have this guy arrested? And then the police officer, they join in, right, to help ruin this guy's life. And what happens? He gets fired. His life's ruined. And you do it all for what? For a little bit of money. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I don't think so. The little bit of money that you got, you now lost going to jail for a year. You now lost losing your job. You know, it could affect his pension. It could affect, it affects your life so much more to use that one split second decision to ruin your life. You know, I don't know. Let me know what you all think. These cops, I'll tell you, they get this badge and look what they do. Look what they can do with that badge. They can ruin someone's life in an instant. But they never think. That lady that's out there, Karma, she's waiting. She's waiting for you to act up because you know what? She's coming back for you. It's never as easy as it seems. But with that, I'll let you all go. It's your boy Big Will. Life After Prison TV. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.